Yes.
Hello, Karim. Thank you for being here on the Beauty Voyage podcast.
Thank you for having me today.
Absolutely. So, we are so excited to learn from you. Today's episode is going to be about marketing, learning how to talk about yourself, how to gain new customers, and you are the expert in this area. So, I will let you introduce your background, how you got into this space, and a little bit more about what you do.
Yes. So, yes, we are all learning. I'm also trying to learn a lot of stuff. So, for the last 8 years, I'm running my own company called VinnCorp, like VINNCORP. And the website is vincorp.com. We started this brand with two people. It's a tech company, it's a tech services company. But to sell everything these days, you need a lot of marketing and sales and branding effort. So we
Mhm.
were able to build this brand from two people to 65, from zero to 100 plus customers. And we interact with 16 to 18 cities in the world in a given day as partners,
Amazing.
resellers, point of contacts, employees, and customers.
Yeah, amazing.
So, yeah, thank you. And at WinCorp, because I'll keep to the topic, WinCorp started with zero followers, 5 to 7, like 8 years back, the company started, but we started getting active on LinkedIn like 6 to 7 years back. From zero to 28,000 organic followers just through
Amazing.
content.
Amazing.
Second, we were able to build a very good looking, relevant, and value based portfolio, which people see. So, whenever you go to our website, wincorp.com, there is a success story page where you will find everything about all the customers, the happy video testimonials, the products we made, and the services we delivered in very much detail. So, that is
Mhm.
what we were able to build at WinCorp. And before that, there's a complete history. Like before starting the company, I've been working for 15 years. Started as a software engineer. I was coding 4 years. Then I did my MBA, joined sales, did sales in Oracle, did sales in Microsoft, and did sales in VMware.
Mhm.
So all these are big corporate blue chip American companies. So I
Mhm.
worked there for 15 years and I learned a lot. So I brought that 15 years of experience and training and disappointments and learnings to this company, WinCorp. And now we are.
Yeah.
21 years, I'm into my career now.
That's amazing. Yeah, and that's especially what I love is you've had so much diverse experience and you work with so many different customers in different spaces all over the world. And so you really understand these recipes of like different types of business, but there's always the same underlying ingredients, right? And being able to kind of see that in so many different formats, I think that makes you just so good at your job.
And also, in 8 years of the WinCorp journey, most of our like 60 to 70% of our revenue was from big enterprises, like from two Fortune 500 and seven unicorns. So that marketing strategy was working on that as well to gain attention from those companies. And almost 30 to 40% of our revenue was coming through startups who were
Mm,
building their first logo, their first
yeah,
website, their first customer. We were
yeah,
part of the growth journey. We were able to set up their Instagram, set up the messaging, the branding, and the
yes,
whole launch, go live, and scale up. So that experience also,
yeah.
dealing with those kind of customer also give you a lot of training.
Yes, and it's so, powerful to be in the beginning of, like, seeing that those first couple steps take off, and it's so different than meeting someone at being in business for after 10 years and already having an established brand, like, you really get to be in the weeds with people and see, how to think about whatever it is they're trying to communicate, so we're gonna translate all of that today for beauty professionals, and we're gonna use me as like an example because everyone's story is gonna be so different. So, me or whoever else, it doesn't have to necessarily be this scenario, but we're gonna pretend that we're a beauty pro. I am a beauty pro, moving and starting back at
I
Square.
completely believe that.
Thank you. And like starting back at square one, right? Because I think that this storyline is so important because it's something that limits beauty professionals in their careers because they are scared of starting again. And there is this old story that like you have to stay in one place, build your clients, be successful in that area, and once people start getting a little bit of success, they feel like locked in. Like now they can never move to Alaska, even if it's their dream, you know? And we're here to tell you that it's possible. You can absolutely do it. You could live in 5 places if you wanted to. But first, you have to master these skills to be able to build your clientele, your brand, and have leads and customers. And that's just a skill set, right?
Yes, so I can shed light at a high level and then I can go to low level.
Yeah.
I think whenever anyone and especially beauty brands are setting up anything, you can divide all the activities or the things into two parts. One is the setup and second is the execution.
Okay.
If you have not spent right amount of effort, money or time on setup, executions will never reap results. And
Mm,
if you have done the setup and you are not consistent in execution, it's useless. So
okay.
basically, setup and execution goes hand in hand.
Okay.
And obviously, chronological order wise, setup comes first.
Mm,
So I can tell you about the setup. And most of the time, it happens as well that people think that, hey, branding, designing, colors, development, marketing is so expensive. Let me tell you, while working with us, it's not.
mm.
So, first of all, we have to get that fear out that, oh, it will be too expensive. It's not
Right,
that
right.
expensive. Trust me, you have to find the right people.
Yeah.
So, having said that, in setup, what is required? A very good storyline.
Mhm,
We'll build a branding message around it. We'll build the logo with the right color selection, which is truly depicting what you are trying to sell and what is your personality and what kind of personalities you are targeting.
mm, mhm.
So this is the first step in setup.
Yeah.
Once it's logged, you call it a brand book, brand guidelines, logo, color, messaging. Once that is logged, you make a basic, very simple, ideally one pager website. I'm
Mhm,
just talking about beginners.
mhm.
A lot of times beginners get worried that, oh, website so difficult, content, pricing, color, developer, oh my god, forget
Yeah.
about it.
Yes.
It has to be a one pager, but it has to be so good looking and it
Mhm.
has to be so crisp and the messaging is so clear, it
Yeah.
will give an impact of a big company.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, and we as a company and as an individual, I'm at the core of this basically. So first is the branding guideline, link, color, and all that stuff. Second is making a simple one pager website. And this all of this should not take more than a week or two.
Okay.
Okay. Third is obviously setting up your Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook in connection with the one pager website we have made.
Mhm, mhm. And it
Okay.
has to be and, like, making that cohesive, right?
Exactly, exactly. And it should be all interconnected and it should be, interlinked basically.
Mhm.
That's it. The setup is done. You
Okay.
don't need anything else.
I love it. Yes, that's
Yes.
doable. Can I
Yeah,
ask you a
it's very doable.
question?
4 steps. And setup is done. Now we'll talk about execution.
Okay, wait, can I ask you a question about the
Yeah, please
brand
go
book?
ahead.
So I did not know what a brand book was when I first started my logo and all of that. And I love, as an artist, I love this idea. It's like a portfolio, but can you explain a little bit more about what's in a brand book and what do you do with it?
Brand book tells about the personas or the kind of people you're trying to target. And the kind of service or image you want to build around your service or brand.
Mm-hmm.
It will tell you all the colors, the basic colors which we will be using in the website, in the social media post, in the execution, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It will give you the secondary colors that, okay, these are the one or two primary colors of the brand, and these are 4 to 5 secondary colors which can be used on need basis in social media post and every content and every marketing material you will make.
Amazing. Yeah.
Okay, it will give you like minute details of why you are putting something in the logo and why you are putting not something in the logo, what you are highlighting and what you are not highlighting in a logo, or it will also be explained. It has a
Mm-hmm.
complete format.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and if you
Okay.
go to like, this is the real creativity which is required in the setup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if you just go to Google and just search, show me brand guideline samples, it will show you thousands of those guidelines. So you
Right.
have to build that around your brand.
Okay, great. So
That
it's like
that's a
a
brand book.
reference, and it's a reference that you can go back to at different stages, right? So you can
Yes,
say,
yes,
maybe 1 year from now, you revisit your brand book and you're like, are these still the messages that we're portraying?
yes, yes.
And, are we utilizing the colors in the right way, or do we need to make them
And
more relevant on our Instagram, that
yes,
kind of thing?
and also the main purpose of brand making this guideline and book is that after 6 months, any stranger buy your paid ad or Instagram content lands on your website or your Instagram social media, they will have a professional feeling, because
Mm-hmm.
if we
Mm-hmm.
are keeping those colors in boundaries and we are just using those, people will feel like that, it's professional outlook and they are consistent. A lot
Yeah.
of times you will walk onto Instagram pages and you will just scroll and say 5 pages, 5 posts are from other world, 5 are from other world, and below rest 10 are, and you will see that initial 50 posts were made by some other designer and the rest of the 50 are made by some other designer. But
Yeah.
when you have a brand guideline book locked, whoever is changing in the background, the brand image and the
Mm-hmm.
brand feeling is not changing. That is the
Mm-hmm.
core goal of branding guideline and brand book.
Amazing. Yeah, and it's a tool that you can share with different contractors so that you don't have it looking hodgepodge like you were describing.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. That is the core purpose of this thing, basically.
Amazing. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the setup. The setup is done. Okay. Now we'll talk about execution.
Mm-hmm.
Execution will be doing the launching post over social media, which will have an impact from that brand guideline logo and your website that, hey, we are live.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is our website. Hey, you want to know about us? Go on this one pager website. So this
Mm-hmm.
will be the initial execution.
Mm-hmm.
Second, you will build a lot of content around your brand. And
Mm-hmm.
whenever I say this, people think that content only means you making funny, goofy, beauty, what kind of videos? No,
Yeah.
content is too diverse. For example, I'll give because we do this with our clients, so I'm telling a lot of secrets. So um, you can start by this launching post, then the founder or the owner or who is the main guy or girl or whoever for that brand, they should make just 1 minute video of themselves. Hey, I'm this and I'm
Mm-hmm.
here. I'm the founder of blah, blah, blah. And I
Mm-hmm.
want to do this for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One content. Second will be a cool industry fact or cool recent industry trend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Third will be you listing down exactly your services. It will be a mix of video and static posts and images.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you will repeat this. You will you will repeat this and you will park it here. Now the next ideal step is to do in-person networking events.
Okay.
connect with as many people as possible. And when you connect with them, you tell them what you're doing and you connect them on Instagram or LinkedIn and all of this message should be clear on those social media posts and pages so that people whom you meet, they take you seriously.
Yeah.
That is how you will convert those connections by impressing a standard professional message in website and Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn so that people will
Mm.
take you seriously professionally and when they would like to talk to you and but the first customers are the toughest. So try on
Yeah.
your friends, connections, people who who know you already. And by all of this, you will get at least some clients in the beginning
Yeah.
and try to record videos of some happy clients
Mhm. Yeah,
of what they say. Yeah.
the first testimonials are the hardest, right? Because you have no other proof yet.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. So that will be but the journey is like this. If you don't have first customer, try to increase followers. Okay.
Mhm.
So wherever stage you have, use whatever you have in the background, and then you will grow. Don't look
Mhm.
at someone who has 100,000 followers, but because if you go back into the journey, they had 1,000 followers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years back.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But in execution, it's a lot of consistency and hard work. That is
Mhm.
where most of the people fail. That they
Mhm.
set up, they buy, they acquire, okay, because it's easy, small, it's not a lot of money,
Mhm.
maximum like $2, $3,000, $4,000, everything can be set up,
Yeah.
all in. But consistently producing content and consistently talking about this is
Yeah.
where most of the people fail. So I tell
Yeah.
them that, hey, be patient, trust the
Yeah.
process. Nothing
Yes.
happens overnight.
Yes, consistency is huge, but I
Consistency
think
is huge. Yeah.
you breaking it down into a system, like the two parts, and then also just like a few patterns, like you're saying, like make this type of five pieces types of content and then repeat. That is so much more doable than when you get on the internet and you see someone and they're making a meme, and then you see someone else and they're making a educational video, and then you just start trying to go in circles doing all of this nonsense. But if you have your own pattern, you can
We
follow that.
yeah, so we do it professionally. So we make calendars for people.
Mm,
We guide them on ideation on what kind of stuff is ideal for them. For example, a
yes.
lot of times this happens that some customer come to us and we advise them, they don't buy from us, but we notice that the ideas we gave them on social media, because you cannot really save it, right? You have
Yeah.
to give it to people and we see people using those. So I'm just
Yes.
trying to, yes. So I'm just trying to, yeah. So basically give a complete plan and ideation and links to people, and we ask them to move into these 6 to 7 categories:
Mm,
industry facts, testimonials, happy customer videos, you learned something new, talk about it. So this mix of content, because that
mm,
time is gone that you just keep posting static post, do paid
right.
ads and people will come. No, it's a lot of
Yeah.
creativity, but at the same time it's not too hard. A lot of time, rather most of the time, I tell people that in marketing and branding, don't need a lot of money. You need brains.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
need just idea. Most of the time in
Mm-hmm.
marketing, you just need creative ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go to VinnCorp or my LinkedIn and just scan like 8 to 10 posts, you will see the kind of diverse content because hey, people get bored by we just, we did this, we did that, we know this, we do this services, and people don't care.
Yeah.
Basically, you have to give value through your content.
Yes. Okay.
And all these experts, because they are starting it, why? Because they know something. So don't
Mm-hmm.
be shy. Make 1 or 2 minute short videos on what you know.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on value. And there's no way you will be not be successful.
Amazing. Yes, and
Because
that's just so much like it's simple and it's what people get into business to do in the first place, you know? They want to be a service provider, they want to give value, And so I think that that is, it makes it less overwhelming to think of it that way.
Um, and why we do this in different, we are different because I have a complete execution team, but in ideation, I am myself involved day in and day out.
Yes.
Whatever ideation is being delivered to any of my client, it goes through me for sure. So,
Yes,
because
yes.
I have experience, 21 years I've spent in the industry, and not only just experience, I was able to build the brand. The results are out there. So I've
Mhm.
not done it by just learning, teaching, or maybe listening to courses. And I have examples,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that is why I wrote the book, by just you're giving me this platform so I can do little marketing of my book. So
Yes.
the book Sellers was based on this, all of this learning, and that was more focused on B2B, but a lot
Mhm.
of principles are also applied in the B2C marketing as well.
Amazing. Yeah, and I think it's like, there's ingredients regardless of who you're talking to or who's selling what. There's still like you broke it down into categories, but it's like adding value as an ingredient of the process regardless of what industry. And often it's easier to sometimes understand when you look at it from a different industry's perspective. Like the other day I was learning about YouTube marketing, and someone was in like a retail space, and she said she looks at sports because it's so outside of her sales, like it's so outside of her world that it's easier
Okay.
to see
Okay.
certain titles or certain trends, and then she makes it relevant to hers. But sometimes stepping out of our own world instead of just looking at what other people are doing in the space we're already in allows us to have a clearer perspective. And that's what I love about working with people like you, is you've worked with so many different types of people, so you already have that built
Yes.
into your insights. And I think that's brilliant. And you're able to bring
Also,
that to your clients.
yes, and also one thing I just came back to my mind, that while making content, you should also provide very clear CTAs. There should not be repetition of same kind of content,
Mm,
and there should be physical, like as a showroom, you should be showing your product as well, physical, the
mm,
product or whatever service you have. So these are the
mm.
5 to 6 pillars. You should be moving your content around these 5 to 6 categories, and people should be, able to get value, and they trust you more, and they take your services or product.
I love it. Okay, tell us a little bit more about the book.
The book I published last year. It's there on Amazon, and if anyone is interested, they can go to www.selgers.us, like SELLDIERS, like seller soldiers dot
Mm,
US. Okay.
okay, we'll link it as well.
Yes. So actually, while I was like third or fourth year in my journey of my entrepreneurship journey, a lot of people were asking me for advice, and I was already advising a lot of people in personal circles, LinkedIn, here and there. And I thought, why not? Let's make it a way of marketing, and let's write a book. Let's
Yeah,
help the people at larger scale with my
yeah.
experience. So, one disclaimer: this book has no AI used in it. This book
Mm,
has no filler content. It's to
mm.
the point, 70, 80 pages,
I love it.
realistic, implementable information.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
very, very authentic to you. I love
Yes. And
it.
I have explained the sales process is not some kind of subjective thing, very objective and very process oriented.
Hmm.
First, second, third, fourth, like you can literally see. And I've connected a lot of concepts of my book with nature. And it's a must
Oh,
that whenever people see read those paragraphs and see those images, they will never forget it.
yes. Well, yes, because you're also a nature photographer.
Yes. So I always try to connect everything with nature, because everything is connected to nature basically.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I made a TikTok video, it got a lot of views. I said in that, hey, founders, business owners, if you are not producing content around your business, forget about success. It's that clear now. I
Yeah.
can see the founders who produce content are way ahead in the game as compared to the founders or the business owners who don't produce content. So choice is yours. If you want to be successful, see, one thing is
True.
constant, that is change. So
Mm-hmm.
when I started the company in my job, I was always doing sales. I was always an employee. I was always have a JD. But in my company, I had to do overlook finance, HR, operations, legal, sales, front end sales, back end sales.
Yeah.
Can't help it. You have to learn. So
Yeah.
I'll not move around and I'll not like give a very rounded answer. Clear answer is you have to do it, period. Otherwise it's your call. You want to
Yes.
be, you don't want to be successful, it's your decision.
It's true, and then jumping into it, you also start to build confidence and you start to see and you're like, "Oh, this is valuable." Like just because you know something, you start to see how people respond and you're like, I think a lot of like what I know, I just sort of take for granted because I do it every day, but doesn't mean that other people don't know it. And when I start to see that or them asking questions, it makes me more comfortable in sharing more because then you start to see the value exchange.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of Kaizen, continuous process improvement. So I
Mm,
apply it here as well. So however shape or stage you are, just start raw. Just
yeah.
start it and you will get better. And or rather you keep thinking that a miracle will happen and I will become a very sweet and very confident speaker in just overnight. That never happens. We are
Yes.
still on earth, we are not in heaven.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. It's the 10-year overnight success, right?
Yes, 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 absolutely.
Okay, so we got to get started. We got to break it down into the two categories and
Yeah,
the
setup and execution.
And yeah, that I mean, it doesn't get much simpler than that. And then repeating, right? So like once you start getting the flow of clients and you're continuously tweaking the process, you can go back, you can go back to the setup and you can keep evolving, right? You can add new pictures,
Yeah, you can
whatever.
hit and try. You can hit and try. And once the ball has started rolling, you have customers. Then my favorite quote is data never lies. The
Mm,
post or the activities reap the most of the results. Keep repeating more of them.
mm-hmm.
And the best way of marketing this is as many happy customers you can show. That's the
Yeah.
best way you can, scale up very
Okay.
fast.
Okay. Amazing. Yeah. And it's what's the process of, like, collecting those? Is that built into the services, like, when it's happening, you wanna get those reviews? Or what's a good process for collecting reviews?
It's a very tricky process. To collect reviews, you have to make sure that customers are really happy.
Yeah,
So if the customers are really happy, then it's very easy for you to ask for it.
yeah,
And obviously, not everyone will agree to it.
yeah.
But if the services are really good, as per my experience, 10 to 20% people will agree for that.
Okay.
They are the best people.
Yes,
you know
yes, okay.
so care for them, help them, and give them discounted rates. But
Yeah.
that because and not everyone will be comfortable with that, but 10 to 20% people will agree, will accept, only if you are really good and the service, they are really happy with the service.
Yeah, so it's like keeping maybe a list of like say you do eyebrows, right? And you're like a microblader and you keep a list of people that are just like raving about their eyebrows when they leave your salon that day. Then you can follow up with them and ask for the review the same way that you would ask for a sale, right?
Yes, yes, but the hidden message I actually gave was quality.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So all of this will eventually boil down to the quality
Mm-hmm.
of what you are doing.
Yeah.
So the core message to I would like to give, if you're really good at what you are doing, there and you follow these steps I've told, there is no way, no one can stop you from growing, basically.
Yeah, and that goes back down to education, right? Because it's like in our craft specifically, it's like you can always get better. So it's okay if you just got out of hair school or you just started barbering. You might not be quality yet, and that's okay because you can continuously grow. And Beauty Voyage is a mentorship platform, so like we're all about gaining skills. But then you can
Yes.
start to get those reviews and improve them. So it's like even if you only get one good review in the beginning, you can still grow into that.
Um, for that situation, I would like to recommend, obviously, it's very subjective. So I'll be there as well if someone wants to reach out to me through you. So I'll be happy to support.
Yes. Yes.
Basically, it's a subjective decision. A lot of
Mhm.
times you can delay the review thing. If you're having customers through whatever you are doing and there are no reviews and you're still having customers, it's a good idea to hold on those reviews for like maybe 1 to 3 months.
Mm.
Whatever, like if without reviews you're getting customers, keep getting them and you get better. And when you
Yeah.
think that after 3 4 5 months you yourself believe that, oh, now I'm too good, then do review. So it's not a hard and fast rule that you get hung up on a review. On In my company VinnCorp, we got the first proper video review in the fourth year of our business.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
But my business was very, very like big ticket size B2B, big order software services. So that was different. But for your
Yeah.
industry, you can wait 1 2 3 4 5 months. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
well, and it's like everybody has to start somewhere, right? So it's just like the messaging sometimes is that like you have to be the best in the game or like move on. And it's like, no, just keep investing, just keep growing, and then you
Yes.
become the best in the game. And that's just always going to be a journey, no matter what it is that you're
Yes.
doing.
So the best line for this, I have some every time for every situation, I have some quotes. Sorry. So,
I love quotes.
yeah. So trust the process. The answer
Yes.
to this one is trust the process. Don't be impatient.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the other part of the answer is to work with Khurram.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Thank you.
we
I'll be always available.
absolutely, and we're gonna put a link in the notes of this video, and so that beauty professionals can contact you directly and work with you for being a Beauty Voyage listener. And then that's where you get your very specific questions answered. Maybe you do a brand revamp. You'll have to sort that out with him, but you have this opportunity, and thank you so
Yes.
much for participating. I know that people are gonna keep continuing to learn so much from you, but thank you for all the education you gave us today.
Welcome. And I'll be there to
Okay.
support.